Hello again, my name is Matthew Wysel. I'm a PhD student here in Economics and Computer Science here at the University of New England. I'm working with Professor Derek Baker and Dr. William Billingsley on trying to assess the value of data in a way that's independent from the way that we use the data. The reason for that is that a lot of work in the professional space and also in academia is all around how do we make more of the operations that are using data. Now that's fine if our purpose is to improve just the operations, but actually how do you build up a framework that lets you assess all this new data that's flooding into an organisation, into a company or a university, or even into our personal lives. Measuring value based on what I'm doing with it only goes so far, but sooner or later you need to be able to answer the questions of which data do I analyse, or which data do I assess in order to maybe implement as knowledge or information. And you also need to prioritise that so that you can assign resources in order to address that data. All of this is not necessary when there's only a trickle of data, but those days, for better and worse, are gone, and now we are faced with a situation where there's a flood of data. So what we're looking at is taking a step back and looking at the way we organise ourselves around data. We've used the phrase data sharing platforms, and data sharing platforms are just a name we've given to a community of people that come together around data that is for that community and then also on the community, and then a collection of computer systems that seek to use that data in order to help the community make valuable decisions and valuable interactions. So that can include something like eBay, where I'm paired with a seller of a PowerPoint presenter in like a little clicker or something in Hong Kong who's looking to sell them. Or it can include something like Facebook, where I'm paired with a select group of my friends based on what Facebook sees as our common interests. So all of these are data sharing platforms. Your phone is a data sharing platform. The apps on your phone are data sharing platforms, all with slightly different communities. And then we're looking at what constitutes value within each of these communities, data and systems, so each of these core elements, and then the overlaps between them as well. How much is the community attracted to the data that the data sharing platform holds, and how much is the system enriching the data in order to make it look and smell more like information. In other words, to make it more valuable for that community. A lot of that work has been done in other areas, but never in relation to data. So that's what we're looking at. Work is going really well. A lot of the time it feels like we're drinking water through a fire hose, because there is so much information, ironically so much data out there, that's actually not focused on the core precepts of what are those core elements in data sharing platforms that make them so valuable. We are hoping to put a paper out in the coming months that wraps up these elements, and we've been really amazingly supported through the Arthur Rickards Innovation Agribusiness Scholarship. That's a testimony to its namesake's Arthur Rickards' contribution to agribusiness over the last several decades. And we are working with a number of different data sharing platforms that includes ABRI and also Sheep CRC's Ask Bill.